So I'm thinking about what's the leadership lesson for today, day 2 of our trip to Paris. And it reminds me of my experience with a yoga teacher in Las Vegas that Tira de los Reyes and I took a class from. That at the end of this excruciating but wonderful yoga class, the sensei or the teacher said, "How you do one thing is how you do everything." Wow, what a very poignant and almost poetic thought. So I'm thinking about, what does this particular day have to do with my leadership? All I did really was I got on a plane for about an hour and a half, landed in Salt Lake, had about an hour layover, and then my wife and I flew all the way to Charles de Gaulle, the airport in Paris, France, for about 9.5 hours. And we got off and we ended up making our way to our condominium that we would be spending the next 2 weeks at. And so what's the leadership lesson there? What is the how you do one thing is how you do everything lesson? And I guess what it comes down to me is perseverance. We were very strong and determined to be able to make this trip happen. And there were several times where we could have just said, forget it, there's just too much work to do. There's too many moving pieces. And we've been up for now 36 hours. We're dead tired. We're sort of like absolutely blotto with fatigue, trying to keep ourselves awake while we're sitting on subway and taxi rides back to and from our different locations today. But perseverance is what got us through it. Perseverance is what made this trip happen. Perseverance was our ability to be able to say, yes, it's a big stretch. There's so many different moving parts and so much that we have to do, but we did it anyway. And so now we are here in Paris, France, at the actual location where the main protagonist in Midnight in Paris goes back in time and meets people like F. Scott Fitzgerald and Zelda and Hemingway. So very magical time, very magical trip, very excited to be here. But I would just send out this thought to you all. Perseverance is what makes leadership what it is. A lot of people are smart, and a lot of those smart people may be living on the streets. And it doesn't mean to say that they don't have challenges, but sometimes it's perseverance, it's motivation, it's the ability to get out of your own way to make things happen that makes things happen.